Good morning, students. Shall we start? Okay. So in our last lecture on Friday, that what we learn about that types of the sets. The four types. Which are the types? Yes, singleton set, empty set, finite set, and infinite set. Also, we study about equal sets. That the concept of equal set, and using this we solving that practice set 1.2. That first two example we solve. Now next third one. So here we do start with third example. Okay, so here we continue with our practice set 1.2, that the third example. But as you see in the next, where we actually starting the practice set, instead of that 1.2 I miswrite it as 1.3. So make it correction, it should be 1.2. okay. Third question is, which of the following are empty sets and why? Means justify your answer. In first one, given that set A, in rule method it is given that element A is such that A is natural number smaller than 0. So natural number and smaller than 0 means what? So smaller than 0 are what? Negative numbers. Yes, means -1, -2, -3, -4 and infinitely that negative numbers which are smaller than 0. But the question is this number are natural number? No, because natural numbers start from 1, 2, 3, 4 infinitely. Yes, so here we write down natural number as 1, 2, 3, 4. okay, and A is what? Natural number, means A is the number either 1, either 2, either 3, but the condition is smaller than 0. Is this number is smaller than 0? No, because these number are greater than 0. Greater than 0. So what does it mean? So as you have to write down that the element which is natural number and smaller than 0, it is not possible, and hence set A is empty set. So how we write down this? That we see here, there is no any natural number smaller than 0. There is no any natural number which is smaller than 0. Therefore set A is an empty set, and in symbol we write down this, that open curly bracket and we close curly bracket is empty set, that is set A. Or there is one more symbol also, you can mention that symbol. So either you write down like this or you can use symbol also, that phi symbol for empty set. Okay, so now we try for second one. Set B, given that having element what? X, such that x square equal to what? 0. Means using this you have to find the value of x. How we find it? That we see here. So to find that the value of x from x square equal to 0, we have to taking square roots on both sides, and the square root of 0 is what? Yes, again 0. So here we write down that element 0, which is for set B. So what do we notice here? Yes, there is one element in set B, and what does it mean? That B is not an empty set because there is one element. So you can say it is singleton set. But what you have to write down? The question is that set is empty set or not, that we have to decide, and hence here we mention it that set B is not an empty set. Okay students, like this. Now we try for third one. We are given set C, given in rule method that the set C is what? Having element x, such that we are given that equation 5x minus 2 equal to 0, where x belongs to n, means x is an element of natural number. So for set C we have to find that the value of x using equation. So here we write down that equation 5x minus 2 equal to 0. Now we have to simplify it. 5x equal to what? Yes, we are taking this constant minus 2 what? right side. So we're getting 0 plus what? 2. 0 plus 2 is 2, and hence value of x is what? We're taking this 5, that the coefficient to right side. So multiplication changes as division. So we get value of x equal to what? 2 upon 5. What is it mean? X means what? Element of C. Means set C having 2 upon 5. But we cannot write C equal to what? In actual 2 upon 5 is element of set C, but we cannot write like this. Why? Because condition. Yes, x belongs to n and we getting that value as 2 upon 5, which is fraction, not natural number. So here we write down this, but given condition is what? X belongs to n, means x is an element of natural number, and that value of x 2 upon 5 is not a natural number. Therefore C is what? Exactly an empty set. Set C is an empty set. Okay students, so like this you have 1 or 2 mark question in exam. Decide whether that given set are empty set or not. Now move on fourth example or fourth question is that write with reasons which of the following sets are finite or infinite. Okay. Question number 4 is write with reasons which of the following sets are finite or infinite sets. Okay. First example, you are given set A equal to what? In rule method, x is such that x less than 10 and condition is x is a natural number. You have to write with reason. Reason means what? You have to write down in theoretical form, or if make a list in listing method, then you decide whether it is finite or infinite. So here we make a list of that numbers which are less than 10 and natural numbers. So that numbers are what? Yes, starting from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9, because less than 10, and here we close that with curly bracket. And what is it mean? Yes, that list stop here. So set A is what? A finite set. Okay. Now try for second. Set B is given that having an element y such that y is what? Less than -1 and y is an integer. So what are integers? Yes, minus numbers means negative numbers, 0 and positive numbers. So integers I, so these are the integers, and according to condition y is less than -1. What does it mean? From 0 and these positive numbers are greater than 1, and we have to write down the numbers which are less than -1 means what? From -2, -3, -4, -5, like these infinitely numbers which are less than -1. And here we write down that the set B in listing method as B equals to in curly bracket -2, -3, -4 infinitely numbers, and infinitely means uncountable, and hence what we say that yes, exactly set B is an infinite set. Okay students, now let us discuss about that third, fourth, fifth, sixth and 7 in our textbook. Okay, so now here third one is what? Set C is what? Set of students of class 9 from your school. As in our school there are 3 divisions. Okay, in any school if there have 2 divisions, 5 divisions or maybe 8 divisions, but in all students of that class 9 are what? Countable. And hence we can say set C is what? Finite set. What is that reason? The number of students of class 9 in a school are countable, and therefore set C is finite set. Okay. Fourth one, set of people from your village. So is it finite or infinite? Yes, of course, it is also a finite set, because that the number of peoples from village are what? Countable. That list, as we make that list of that name of peoples, the list stop somewhere. So the set is what? Yes, finite set. Fifth one, set of apparatus in laboratory. So as we make a list of that apparatus in our laboratory, then it is also stop somewhere, means that the number of apparatus are what? Countable, and therefore here in fifth, this set is also what? Finite set. Sixth one, set of whole numbers. As you very well know that whole numbers start from, yes, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and infinitely, means uncountable, and therefore set of whole number is what? Infinite set. Okay. Set of rational numbers. And rational numbers, how we denote these rational numbers? Yes, that all natural numbers, whole numbers, integers, and that fraction numbers also, that the decimal numbers are rational numbers, and these numbers are also uncountable, and therefore the set of rational number is also a infinite set. Understood, students? So these third, fourth, fifth, sixth and 7, try home as your homework. So here I write down that answer in short. F means what? Finite set. C is finite set. Fourth one is also finite set. You can give that name as set D. Set E, that is finite set. Set F, sixth one, infinite set. And next letter G, which is infinite set. But you do not write like this in short form. You have to write with reason, and for that listen that video carefully. So how we write down that reason? For example, here I give once again that example for set C. What we write down? Number of students of class 9 in a school are countable. Therefore, the statement is set C is what? A finite set. Okay, students? So do try it as your homework, these 5 examples. Okay, thank you. Now next topic is Venn diagrams. John Venn, a mathematician who gives this method to us, that you represent the elements of set in what? Closed figures. So that diagrams are known as Venn diagrams. What is it mean? That we see here with example. Set A is what? Set of first 5 even natural numbers. Is the example of what? Yes, rule method, that is set builder form. Now same example we can write down in listing method, that is roster form, like this. First 5 even natural numbers are 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Now that mathematician John Venn says that same elements you can represent in what? Closed figure, and that closed figures are, you can draw a circle or oval shape and write these elements 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, which are the elements of set A, and write down that name of the set below that figure. Or you may use like triangle shape, like that any shape, or you can use rectangular shape to represent Venn diagrams. This rectangular shape or that rectangle we usually use to represent universal set. What is universal set? That we see later. But remember, this rectangle is for universal set. Okay, students. So these figures are what? Given by Venn and hence known as Venn diagram. So the question is, you are given that set in rule method and you have to represent it by Venn diagram. So first, as rule method is given, you convert it into what? Listing method, and then draw any figure as like triangle or like this figure or circle, and write that the elements having in that particular set. That figure, closed figure, is known as Venn diagram. Okay. Okay, now next topic is subset. What does it mean? That we see here with example. If we have given two sets, set A and set B, having elements such as, in set A we have elements that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8, and in set B we have elements 2, 4, 6 and 8. So what we observe here, students, that each element of set A is in set B? No. 1, 3, 5, 7 is not in set B, but all or every element of set B is in set A. So in this case, what we say is that set B is subset of set A. It is not A is subset of B, but B is subset of set A. Means that every element of set B is in set A, and therefore B is subset of set A. And how we write down this in symbolic form, that we see here. So using this symbol, set B is subset of set A. You have to write letter C and give that dash over here, and we read it as set B is subset of set A. Understood, students? You are given definition on page number 7 of subset. Write down that definition, then explain it using this example. Okay, so from page number 7 you have to write that definition of subset, and you have to also write down that example. After that, you also write down these important points, that the relation of that subsets, that the every set is what? Subset of itself. That means A is subset of A. If you are given any set A, it is subset of itself. Second point is what? Empty set is subset of every set. What does it mean? If there are two sets, one is empty, means no element in that set, and one set is A, then always it's true that empty set is subset of that given particular set A. Third is what? Equal to sign, means A and B are what? Equal sets. That the element of A is in set B, and element of B is in set A. In that case, that A is subset of B and B is subset of A. And same point we have vice versa, fourth one. If A is subset of B and B is subset of A, then what we get relation between A and B? That A and B are what? Equal sets. Okay, students? So write down these 4 points also as you write down that subset definition, then that example, and below that you write down these important points of subset. Now next topic is what? Yes, universal set. So what is universal set? That here we see with example, if we are given 4 sets n, that is natural number, as we very well know, that starts from 1 2 3 4 5 infinitely numbers. Whole numbers w from 0 1 2 3 4 5 infinitely numbers. As we also know that integers I, that is positive numbers 0 and opposite of that positive integers. And here we write down that infinitely 2 minus 3 minus 2 minus 1 0 1 2 3 dash 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 means infinitely numbers. And q represents, yes, rational numbers. X is such that x equal to what? P upon q. We write down it in rule method. P and q are what? Integers, but condition is q is non-zero. So as we compare or we observe these 4 sets, we have to decide which set is universal set for these sets. And for that, first we have to understood that subset relation. As you compare these two, n and w, so what are we getting? All elements of natural numbers having in, yes, what in whole numbers. And what does it mean? N is subset of w, and then that we can write down like this. Okay, then integers, as you observe w, whole numbers, all whole numbers and also all natural numbers are in, yes, set of integers, and hence we can say n is subset of w and w is subset of what? Yes, I, integers. So here we write down this, n is subset of w and w is subset of I. And as we compare first three these sets, then what we say that I, that the set of integers having all the elements of n and all the elements of w, and therefore for n, w and I is what? Universal set. But as we continue with fourth set, that is rational numbers, these are the numbers represented by p upon q, and that each natural number, whole number and integer we can represent in p upon q form, because 3 also written as 3 upon 1 or 6 upon 2 is also 3, like this, that 3 is 3 upon 1 or 6 upon 2 is also 3, means that natural numbers are what? Rational numbers. Whole numbers also in rational numbers. I, integers also in rational numbers, and that the decimal numbers, that we say recurring and non-recurring, are also rational numbers, means all elements of n, w and I is in q. So we write down this as like n is subset of w, is subset of I means integer, and subset of q. As we compare first three sets, I is universal set, but now for these 4 sets, which set is universal set? Yes, exactly, now q becomes universal set for these first 3 sets. Q is what? Universal set. As we take one more set as R, real numbers. Real numbers are what? All rational and irrational togetherly known as real numbers. Rational means natural, whole, integers, that decimal, recurring, non-recurring, all numbers are rational numbers, and irrational means which are not rational or irrational, and that set is known as real number. But in this case, now what happened here? Yes, n, w, I and q, all numbers are, all elements or all numbers are in set R. So we write down this like here, n is subset of w, is subset of I, integers is subset of rational numbers q, and that all 4 sets are subset of now real numbers. And here in these 5 examples, now R is become universal set. So this is the concept of universal set. Understood, students? So like this, we have given examples and we have to decide whether that set, which set is what? Universal set. Okay, now next one is complement of set. What is complement of a set that we see here? Suppose U is an universal set. Universal set denoted by capital letter U. And if B is subset of U, this is the important condition, then the set of all elements in U which are not in set B is called complement of set, or complement of that set B, and is denoted by is like B and give that dash over that B, or you can write B and write down that small letter C. So what does it mean? That we see here with example that the universal set B is subset of U. So here we are taking two sets, that one set having elements 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8, and in second set we are taking elements 1, 3, 4, 6. So as we comparing these two sets, what you observe here, that the all elements of set B having in set first, and therefore that first set is said to be universal set and denoted by U. And that second condition is also satisfied, that the all elements of B in set U means what? B is subset of U. Then we have to write down complement of that set B. So how we write down this? According to definition, the set of all elements in U, that the all elements in U which are not in set B. So we have to find out that the elements here which are not in B. So first one, yes, it is in set B, and you have to find that the set of all elements in U which are not in B means what? 2. 2 is in U but not in B. So we write down that element 2 in complement of B like this. So 2 is the element which is in U but not in B, and therefore we write down in complement of V. Then find out the elements which are in U but not in B. So here we have those elements, that numbers 5, 7 and 8 having in U but not in B. So we write down those 5, 7 and 8 in what? Complement of set B. Understood, students? So to write down that complement of that given set, we have given what? Universal set and that particular set, and using this definition you have to write down complement of that given set. So that same complement of set now we denoted by Venn diagram also like this. What we do here, we draw one rectangle to represent what? Universal set. Yes, universal sets having elements 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, but that the elements 1, 3, 4, 6 having in set B, and hence we draw one circle inside that rectangle part, and first we write down that the elements of B. Here we name that set as B. We write down those elements 1, 3, 4, 6, and that rule is that we write down element once only, and therefore here we write down 1 which is in circle also having in U. So we just write down that only remaining elements, that is 2, 5, 7 and what? 8. 2, 5, 7 and 8 which are what? Complement of that set B, and therefore at downside or in upper side we write down that notation also like this. So here we write down that universal set symbol U, So here we write down that complement of B or B dash at the elements 2, 5, 7 and 8 having in B dash means complement of B. So using Venn diagram we represent this relation. Okay students, understood? So now using this, that the universal set, complement set and that subset relation, now we have to solve practice set 1.3 in our next lecture. Okay, thank you.